OMI utility interoperability questions. Boomloot asks, are you guys going to move all 750 billion OMI to immutable, including the burns?
Yes, is the answer to that. Basically, we're really just doing a full migration from one chain to another chain.
Great.
And just on that, just to extend that, there's that we do have 97 billion or thereabouts locked in smart contracts. Will they be staying behind then? I assume we can't access those.
Yeah, there's not much we can do there. My plan is to stay alive for 37,000 years. So when that actually does unlock, I'll be a rich man.
Mm-hmm. You'll be there, Lord of the VeVe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool. That's good to know as well. One other question I do get on that note, which some people may be wondering, once we're across onto immutable, will the burn wallet actually be a burn wallet? You know, there was some early concerns about the way we had things set up.
Yes, it will 100% be a burn wallet.
Okay, perfect. That answers things for people too. All yours, Alex.
Okay, quickly. Scott asks, will we have OMI/ETH pairings on new exchanges?
That really comes down to the exchanges. Obviously, that's the ideal pairing that we'd like to go for, but often it's not a decision that is made by us. So we'll really just have to wait and see there.
Okay, and then one last one from me back to kind of app features. Juan asks, when can we use the app offline? I assume for AR photos and digital comic reading.
Yeah, so there's a lot of technology in the app that has to link back to the server. Right now, running the app offline is a fairly complicated upgrade. And can pose a number of different problems. Like, for example, would have to limit any kind of access to the market or anything that requires, any sort of live data. However, items that are basically downloadable content, like, the 3D assets that come down, and we're doing an upgrade to the comics now. So rather than each page being streamed, each time you open the comic, it will basically download the pages as some form of bundle, and then they'll be able to sit on your device, and hopefully you'll be able to read them offline as the first instance.
Right on.
It's great news. Yeah.
And I like how this is becoming like a semi-regular thing now. Uncle Jeremy has decided to grace us with his presence again. It's like a sitcom. Hey, it's Uncle Jeremy. Mr. Tyler, how are you?
That's right. Uncle Jeremy's here, everyone.
Hey, Jeremy.
How's it going? I'm just here because I love the community so much. And I understand the rationale and everything that you guys are doing. I've been doing it from a physical space for the last 20 years. So to see it done in digital is joyful for me.
Is this a transition you kind of foresaw coming before we came along, Jeremy? Is that kind of where your head was at?
Well, I mean, I'll tell you this. Not the first time I met, Dan and David and Al, and I told this story last time, but I'll do it again because that was a perfect question for this. I met them about 2.5, 3 years ago, and they came in and showed me this concept. And my first thought was, there's no way in hell that's going to be viable. I
remember that.
I mean, but I will say it didn't take long, and certainly it makes so much sense. The more you understand the world that we live in now with NFTs and blockchain and collectible digital assets, just make a tremendous amount of sense, I think, to everyone now.
Yes, I couldn't agree more. And I think we've really seen that those same value propositions, the same things that people attach their own value to, really do translate into the digital realm. So it's very satisfying to watch it play out.
As long as you execute well. And what you guys have done has been mind-boggling with no marketing and really not pushing the word out, because you certainly were in beta for quite some time.
Well, yeah, I mean,
yes, we do.
For me, that's really just a shout out to the community. I mean, we never anticipated the uptake, and I think I went into YouTube the other day and I typed in VeVe, and I think I was just scrolling for like 5 minutes of all the videos and the content out there. So honestly, big shout out to the community. It's, you guys who have been instrumental in helping VeVe get to where it is today. And yeah, we love hearing the feedback. And actually on that note, I don't think I mentioned it last time, but if anyone does have any features or feature requests, there is a channel in the VeVe Discord. I believe it's called Feature Requests, that we do keep quite a close eye on. So feel free to do a brain dump in there if you've got any great ideas.
I might just, on that note, suggest that if you do share some ideas, maybe scroll up a little bit and just make sure you're not repeating what a few other people may have said.
Great point.
Yes, but definitely keep those coming.
Jeremy,
do you have any questions?
No.
Jeremy,
listen, the only question I have is, actually it's just a request. Don't put me out of business, please. Thank you.
Hey, well, you're
just give us your license.
You're just going to have to join the VeVe family.
Let's go.
That's it. Wonderful. Oh, well, pleasure chatting to you, Uncle Jeremy. We'll see you next week.
Yeah, I'll be back.
All right, we might throw to Breezy Crypto and then Brad and then BER.
Yeah, hi guys. I was wondering if you're gonna have anything that sort of lets you display these collectibles or comics in your room. Like, I know that there's one company that does these sort of NFT screens where you can have your NFT on a screen. I think that would look really cool for something like the Pride, or comics where you can sort of choose which cover to display and maybe even read them on that sort of screen to hang on your wall. And I was also thinking, like, for the collectibles, if there was any thought of, and this might be something way further down the line, I don't know much about this, but having the option to have a hologram.
Yeah, great question. So David and I have, in the early days, looked into quite a lot of hardware for that exact reason. The digital frames are far more accessible these days, and to be honest, even a TV can be utilized in this day and age as well as a digital frame of sorts. So definitely not in 2021, but it is something we'll more than likely revisit in 2022. Whether we bring something out that is a piece of physical hardware, I don't know, or whether we, perhaps develop an app or whatever we need to, so you can link your collectibles or comics into the digital frame. I mean, I also personally think that would be very cool. I'd love to, walk around my house and see my comic book covers on the wall in the same way that I, set up my my existing physical comics. The hologram one, it just comes down to technology. I mean, we're not going to develop that kind of tech ourselves because we're, purely digital. However, there is a bunch of hologram type products that we did investigate. I think it was last year that were pretty good as well. And I think it's really just about, making sure that whatever product, if we do choose one, it's affordable, it's accessible, and it produces a really good product. Some of the holographic stuff is still a little bit, not quite where it should be at the moment. And you never know, AR glasses might even come out before that kind of technology really starts to take off. So. It's definitely on the list, but nothing too immediate. We've definitely got a few more things on the boiler at the moment.
Nice, yeah, sweet.
Cool. Thank you very much for your question. Just on that, Dan, I mean, in terms of personal opinion, do you think that AR supersedes holographics? Like, do you see that being the direction of this kind of technology?
Well, I mean, anyone who's heard any of my early AMAs knows that I'm a huge believer and also very hopeful that, one day we'll all be wearing some form of AR glasses or contact lens that we can walk into our house and see all of our cool VeVe collectibles scattered all around. But yeah, I think my personal view is we all know that the tech giants are working on working on AR glasses across the board, you know, for Microsoft's HoloLens and the forever rumored Apple AR glasses.
Forever rumored,
So yeah, I do think that, you know, I mean, when something like that comes out, it kind of supersedes the need for a hologram. I guess to start off with, the glasses are probably going to be fairly expensive, so not everyone is going to have them. So, you know, there could be a window for holograms, but yeah, I personally think that'll be superseded by some kind of cool wearables AR.
Yeah, I think that's the camp that I'm in at the moment for sure. So, good bit of insight there. Brad, if you're up here and microphone engaged.
How's it going? Before I ask my question, shout out my boy Cavell Anderson in the audience. That guy's the GOAT. But
he is.
I guess my question would be is that, you know, there's no secret that, you know, OMI's a startup. We're already doing millions in revenue. And with the growth of VeVe, it makes sense for the older things that came out in the beginning, such as the unicornos and the mermicorns, to go up in price. And I say this because, you know, there's only like 6,000 each for like the commons or whatever. And when we look at OpenSea, we look at CryptoPunks and say the bait monkeys, it's really just the same object with like different color variations. And these things are still pretty cheap. So are people sleeping on them, would you say?
I mean, it's difficult to know really. The you know, the market, also the floor value of any collectible really comes down to how many people are desiring it. But I also have the same opinion of what you do, that generally anything that comes out, you know, like 5 years from now, anything from season 1 will more than likely be quite sought after, because we were minting much lower numbers back then. And you know, often in the collectible world, those sort of first appearances or early editions do often garner a higher price. But really, we'll just have to wait and see. I mean, if the Mermicornos are cheap now, geez, snap them up.
Sweep the floor.
Quickly goes to the market to buy all the Mermicornos.
Yeah, all Mermicornos. Yeah. For sure. Well, that's a good spot. Did you have any other follow-ups there, Brad? Or does that help your?
One Pokemon.
Who knows?
That's twice today. That's pretty good for him. Yeah.
You shouldn't have even given him that opportunity to ask that, because
I know.
you said one question per person.
I lined it up. That's my bad. All right, thank you, sir. Burr, B-R. Is that what we've got up here? If you
thank you for having me up again, Gerald. And actually, it's Black Excellence is Real, and I'm up again. I just changed my photo. I wigged out last time, but I actually did want to ask. I know that Yan DNA from Pack Protocol is coming out. Is there anything in the pipeline to have to work with that to make sure that the NFTs are secure and safe? And then the other thing is Pokemon.
Great, thanks, Brad. You've started off a train now. So, I mean, in terms of the security, that obviously within VeVe we store a significant amount of value for our users, and that's holding the NFTs that they own, or gems that are in their wallet, or OMI that is storing. So, we have significant security practices in place already, and we would really only look to integrate other solutions if they provided something beyond what we were doing now, which we don't have any immediate plans for. But obviously, as these new protocols come out, and if they do offer some extended functionality that we think will benefit the users and then that the users want, then we're more than open to look into that.
Well, thank you all very much, and as always, we appreciate you from the community standpoint. And I think you guys have given the world a great gift. If not, you've given my niece a lot of cool things to play with.
Well, I'm glad she's enjoying it. That's great news.
Cheers, gentlemen. Have a great one.
All right. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it. Okay. I think, Alex, did you want to throw back to any more user-submitted questions before our last?
Yeah, sure. Let's see. Brian asks, can we get the same countdown format on auctions just like the one before the comic drops?
Yes, we will be. The market auction needs to go through a little bit of an overhaul. And as part of that, we will be introducing the more granular countdown. So you'll be able to see that it's going down to seconds. It'll be more live, and a couple of other features.
Great. And then, just to point out, we are in Sausage Party territory again. So can my ladies please request to come up on stage so we can
it's
get
hard
some
to pick
voice.
which ones.
Yeah. I know we have Women X VeVe now, thanks to Wendy, Claire, and company. But yeah, we'd love to have you as part of these AMAs as well.
Yes, absolutely.
Great. Yeah, go ahead and back to stage.
Okay, perfect. So we've probably got about 10 minutes left, guys, and we'll try to get through as many of these as we can. As Alex mentioned earlier, if we can try to limit these to sort of one or two reasonably quick questions, but we might throw to Mr. Traps Wellington.
Hello, everybody. Sausage number one here. Just wanted to. I was thinking about the VeVeverse and NFT staking, and perhaps a leveling feature. While you're staking the NFTs, that sort of levels them up, and perhaps you guys would name it the Trap House Gym, where people can stake their NFTs, make them stronger, level them up.
The Trap House Gym.
Which
love
might.
the name.
Thank you. It's trademark. And it could provide things with the leveling up, like access to more accessories, things like that in the future. I don't know. Let's say you have something like a Pikachu that you stake or something, and it can level up. I think that would be pretty cool. Get it a surfboard or something.
Yeah, that definitely is a cool idea, and we absolutely will have some form of staking. And how that's going to all play out will be revealed in the documents that we'll be putting out in the coming weeks.
Cool. Yeah. If it becomes called the Trap House Gym, just send me an email so I know ahead of time.
Well, how about I'll just I'll buy the name off you for a Donny.
Sold.
That's
Nice doing business.
Beautiful. All right. We might throw to Claire, seeing as we have some ladies up here.
Hi. Yeah, first of all, I just want to thank the whole ECOMI team for all the support they've been given to VeVe Women, and obviously to Chris for coming on to the stream. And we're really looking forward to Alex on Saturday. And the support we've had from the community as well has been absolutely amazing. And there are women reaching out to us saying that they would not have had the confidence to interact in the community if they hadn't have seen this. So to me, it's been worth it just to hear that sort of feedback. So thank you. And I think it's a credit to you as a company that you do help us the way that you do. And it's really much appreciated. And the community you have is probably the best I've ever been part of. And that's all thanks to everybody that feels that they have a voice and everything else in the community. So my question is, when will Dan come on our stream?
I was literally waiting for that. When you said, hang on, I know where this is going.
But also, when does season 2 end and season 3 begin?
Yes. So to your first question, PM me. I'm sure we can work something out. Season 2 ends on October 15. So get ready for season 3. It's not far off now.
And are we having a Todd party?
Well, we'll have to talk to the Todd father about that.
I'll have a Rizzo one now. I've got Rizzo, so it's okay. Thank you.
Oh, that's great. No worries. And look, I just want to throw that right back at you, Claire. I mean, so much appreciation to yourself and everybody in the community, but for all our women, the Women of VeVe collective that have stood up lately and are really enabling that voice for more of our community. So a big thank you to you and all the women that are involved with that stream. It is very much appreciated.
Thank you.
Okay, and we might just throw to, who have we got up here? Dancing Need Arena, you are good to go, I think. Or did you just get moved to the crowd?
No, she's there. Dancing.
Okay. Oh, yeah. There we go. She might have just come back.
Hello.
Maybe the microphone not quite working. We might throw to Granola and then come back.
Hey guys, thanks for taking my question. I'm a brand new user. I just joined in February. And I was curious. I saw that Jurassic Park was on the website and was just curious if T-Rex would come with a steering wheel or maybe dice.
Boo! Boo, Granola.
Well, if Trevor gets his way, it'll be a drivable T-Rex. So that's what we're aiming for, but we'll just have to see how that plays out. Slightly better than the steering wheel.
And then do you think dice would become an accessory for that drivable T-Rex?
Oh, we have to have fluffy dice. I mean,
yes.
No doubt about it. Yeah. You can hang it off one of the arms.
Thank you guys so much. I just wanted to come up and have a lull with you.
No.
Hey, and thanks, Granola, for all you do. For those who don't know, Granola is one of our chief mods on the Discord server and always hosts drop day live chats and gives tips and tricks every drop day 2 hours before drop time. And your efforts are very much appreciated, sir.
Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate all the work that you guys do and everything that you do for the community. It's truly heartwarming, and we love you all.
Thanks, brother. Mate. Really appreciate it. Ariel Swan, if you are up here and would like to throw a question.
Hi guys. Yes, thank you. So I guess I just wanted to let you know that I think your delivery has been amazing within the VeVe app. I work in IT and I'm always really impressed by how quickly you get out upgrades and how good they are. I know there can sometimes be complaints, but in general, I think it's amazing. So I guess my question to you is, how do you work as a team and what's happening on the ground, especially for your developers?
Number one, complaints. Don't look at any of them.
Just the odd little.
Yeah, the odd little one. Yeah. Thanks for the shout out. We obviously, as a technology team, we do work very hard. Luckily, we're still quite a small team, so that means that we can be very agile. And as I mentioned earlier, we're always running or developing multiple concurrent upgrades or new features at any one time. And when we see some feedback coming from the community, like, oh, your comics suck because they can't tilt, we generally jump on those things and start to prioritize them a bit quicker. But basically, the way the team works on the ground is we work 25 hours a day, 8 days a week, and a shitload of caffeine. Is basically how it goes.
Yep.
Fair enough. Thank you.
But thank you for the
we are, we are all remote as well. Which,
really? Wow.
All the vast
and is it a global team?
Yeah, it is now, isn't it? It's pretty. We've got most bases covered, I think.
Awesome.
Thank you very much for your time and your questions.
Thanks, guys.
Very much appreciated. Dancing Need Arena, I believe you are back.
Hi, yeah. Can you guys hear me?
Yep. Yeah, we've got you now.
Okay, perfect. Thank you, guys. Hey, guys. Thanks for having me up here. Long-time listener, first-time speaker. First off, I would like to say if any of the team needs an assistant, I'm more than glad to quit my job and work for VeVe. But also, I know it might be too early for this, but I had kind of a general question about the land in the VeVeverse once we get to that point. My main question is, are you guys looking into having enough for everybody that would want one? Are you guys going to kind of like mint a lot of those just to kind of ensure that everyone gets one or gets a chance to get one? Or would it be kind of like a limited thing?
Yeah, that's a great question. So the land will be limited because effectively each piece of land will be an NFT in its own right. So for that reason, it will be limited. And the land that you'll be able to purchase will be around specific areas within the VeVeverse. However, if you don't have it, you don't actually have to have any land. you can still exist in your showroom, or your home can exist in what we call the ether, which basically means that you exist in the VeVeverse, but you don't necessarily. Your home isn't necessarily placed on a piece of land. So while we will calculate the numbers fairly carefully on how much land is out there, we do also want to make it a limited edition item. Obviously, if you manage to get in early enough, or you manage to win the auction to get the land, that's in a way it's another form of a collectible. However, in saying that, as we open up different parts of the VeVeverse, you will be able to buy additional land around those areas. So even if you were to miss the first land sale, there will, as the VeVeverse expands, there will more than likely be more land coming into the market.
Awesome. Thank you, Dan. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
No problem. Thank you for the question. So we'll just take a couple more, guys. We might throw to Alex and then to Lisa, and then we might finish off with Brandy. So Alex,
hey guys,
yep.
thanks for having me out.
No worries. Thanks for being here.
My question is, the licensor.
You're breaking up a bit there, mate. You might have to say that question again.
Sorry, so my question is to do with transition in blockchain.
Sorry, Alex. We're not really getting your question. You're breaking up quite a bit. We'll move on to the next person. We'll come back to you maybe if you can get somewhere with better reception.
Yep, I think that's a good move. So Lisa, we might go to you, and then we'll come back to you, Alex.
Hi, everybody.
Is perfect. Hi, Lisa.
Hi, guys. I'm Lisa. I'm in Ireland, so it's lovely to talk to you all tonight. My question is, obviously you're working with some huge brands, and I'm just wondering, because VeVe is now synonymous with the NFT craze, can we expect any VeVe own brand NFTs? And also, I'm just wondering if you're speaking to Blue Sky Studios.
Sorry, what studios was it?
Blue Sky, Ice Age.
I will have to check in with the Chief License Officer, aka David Yu, on that one. Yeah. And sorry, what was the first part of the question?
I'm just wondering if you
will we have
VeVe NFTs, your own.
Oh yes. Yeah, so we probably won't create our own IP to any great deal. Really, we are in the business of working with these major brands to help them enter into this NFT and digital collectible world. However, in saying that, we will be releasing a whole range of accessories that ultimately we will be designing and creating. Which I guess effectively will be a sort of a VeVe brand. And there might be a few other things, like, maybe you can add a cool VeVe logo to your showroom, or a big V, or maybe like the OMI O. You might be able to add those kind of items. So I guess technically they will be VeVe released, but we probably won't go down the path of trying to create our own IP, like the next Batman or the next Iron Man. We'll leave that to the professionals.
Adding a David Yu hairline to your collectibles.
Well, we all know that's
number one request.
The highest request of anything.
Yeah, perfect. Does that cover your question there, Lisa?
It does. And then if I could just say one last comment, just when somebody was spoken about the nighttime the black and the white screens, I'm just wondering if this isn't already on your list, could you add auto rotate as well?
Yes, the auto rotate is definitely coming for various sections like the showrooms and anywhere else that is applicable.
Super, thank you.
No worries, thank you. Okay, Alex, is your hand in the air? Have you got some better reception?
Right, is that any better?
Sounds better.
Good. Sorry about
that. No worries.
So, my question is migration of the NFT in a immutable light. So
your sound is still chopping out a bit there.
Spoke too soon. Sorry, Alex.
Yeah, we might maybe just shoot me a message with your question, and
I'll try. Let me try to take my
as soon
AirPods
as I
out.
can. Yeah, that might help.
Right, is that any better?
Yes.
It sounds it.
Cool.
Well, yes.
Yeah, good. So so with the migration of the NFTs onto the blockchain on Immutable X, so obviously certain licensors are going to allow the sale on OpenSea and the total ownership of the assets. Now, with the licensors that don't agree to that, are they going to be kept off the blockchain for the time being, or will they move across and be held back in some other way?
No, so everything is minted on chain. So everything we create is an NFT, and I wouldn't say that the licensors who don't want to do it, I would actually, my perspective on it is that it is something that is going to happen. We already see massive demand out there for it, and these licensors are smart people. They see that OpenSea does 3 billion in revenue in a month. And their job is ultimately to make money out of the IP that they own. So, personally, I believe that we are going to see interoperability across the board. It might just take longer, obviously, for some of these more sensitive IPs. But yeah, to go back to the first part of your question is that yes, everything will be an NFT. You will be able to look it up. There'll just be certain restrictions on some licensors whether you can send that NFT out of the app or not.
Perfect, that's great, thank you. Just one last quick thing. So I know obviously you have licensors that you can't announce yet, but is there rough numbers on how many you can't announce?
It is between 0 and 1,000.
Yeah, I thought so.
I thought you were going to ask when Pokemon. Then I'm a little bit disappointed.
I mean, I'm hoping for that as well, but we'll see. Hey. Thanks for your time, guys. Take care.
Indeed. No worries. All right, we might go to Mr. Randy, and that may be the last one of the day. Dan, I think this might wrap it up for you. Is that right?
I could probably do a couple more.
Okay, all right. Let's go, Randy, and then I'll bring a couple more up.
Guys, thank you so much for having me on. You guys are great. A couple people might know this from the YouTube channel. I did want to run it by you first, just in case you didn't. It does sound a little extra, but I am going to try to get a ticket for the Met Gala next year, and I do want to wear either an ECOMI tux, suit, or dress, whichever you guys would prefer, if that is something I can do. Get your blessing for.
Maybe we can do a community poll whether you wear a tux or a dress.
All right, I did not hear a no, so I'm going to assume that I can
I'm sure it's something we can continue to discuss.
If it's a tux, it has to be a Dumb and Dumber tux. Just FYI.
Okay, and would you guys rather me have ECOMI, VeVe, OMI, or all three on there?
I'm just saying, go for the hat trick.
Okay.
Yep. I vote for the hat trick.
All right. I got that.
And just as a quick note, Randy, thanks for all your videos and everything. I tune in quite often, so it's great to see another solid member of the community. So thank you.
Yeah, I'm about to go live. It wasn't 3 minutes, but you said you could take a couple more, so I'm going to change it to like 15 minutes from now. I'm going to go live doing a big recap on this.
Nice. I'm sure people can catch that. And just on that note, Noah will do a recap on Twitter as well, in case anyone is looking for some answers after the fact.
Fantastic. Thanks, guys. I love you all. All right, bye.
Thanks, Randy. Really appreciate it. Jess85.
Hey, guys. Just want to give you guys a quick shout out. You guys are doing amazing. We've been having so much fun with everything VeVe, especially with the women of VeVe. I do have a question, and I'm sure you guys have probably already been asked this, and it's not when. I want to know when is Ito coming out? Like, I have been waiting forever and a day with the wedding dress, and he's not coming to the altar. I need to know when he's going to drop.
Edo. Who's Edo?
Is that a?
Did you forget about?
No, I can't forget about Edo because I get reminded every day by some sort of private message on Twitter. Yes, I mean, no promises, but I'm hoping that Edo will be out before the end of season 2.
AKA.
I'll take it as a promise.
Hashtag soon. Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Jess.
That's exciting. Thank you. Okay, Irish VeVe. VeVe, you're up, sir.
Hey, what's the story? How's it going from Ireland?
Really well, mate. How are you?
Cool. Just one quick thing before I ask my question. So a lot of people were whinging and moaning on Twitter about the drop, saying all the bots got the Avengers comic and all the bots got the secret rares. But that's nonsense.
Mhm.
So I got one comic, and I'm one of the lucky ones that got the secret rare from the Avengers comic. So I'm not a robot.
Amazing.
I am not a robot.
Oh, that's yeah.
Just to go on record.
It's exactly what a robot would say.
Exactly. AI is pretty good these days, so you don't know.
Yeah, well, I was able to pick the traffic lights in the capture. So my question is this: so Q3, the big success story was comics, which is amazing to see. In Q4, can the collectibles get a bit of love and attention? Is there anything you have in your back pocket that you can share with us for Q4 and collectibles, and specifically remote control vehicles? Is that in the pipeline for Q4?
I've been waiting for that one to come up again. I can't say specifically what is going to be coming out, although I can say that it's cool. But as our collectibles evolve, as the OGs know, back in the day we had the all the Batman black and white range, which all still looks amazing, but they are sort of static models that have come directly from the the physical world statue. But as the product evolves, you've seen that we've now got a lot of really cool animated characters and more interactivity. So it is my plan to make sure that we continue that trajectory. And I hope that in the future, we can have a lot more fun with controllable assets. Like I mentioned earlier, and this is no confirmation, being able to drive a T-Rex around, or if you had a Captain America, you could make him run around the floor and do some cool things. Ultimately, that's where we want to end up. So just to add more and more utility and more features and just more fun with the collectibles. So that's basically my answer.
Cool, thanks Emil. One really, really quick thing, you don't even really have to answer this, it's not kind of a question, but I was watching on Netflix The Toys That Made Us, that show. It's like reliving kind of the toys.
I know.
And I was looking at and I was thinking with the comics, they're an existing entity that people can latch onto, and they have done, and obviously the value done spiked. And I was thinking like existing entities in the toy world. So let's say you had your Star Wars Series 1 and you had your Luke Skywalker. Imagine if it was NFT in the blister pack, like it was originally purchased, and you could take them out of the blister pack and play with them and put them back in the blister pack. And I just thought it'd be really cool if you had exact replicas of existing nostalgic toys. Is that something you might have considered? I don't mean specifically Star Wars, but just generally.
Yeah, I was just going to say, no confirmation of Star Wars at all.
Just being general.
But yeah, we have spoken with a number of our licensors about pairing the NFTs with some kind of digital collectible. Nothing has really come to fruition on that front yet, but I personally think it would be awesome if, say for example, the next Batman Black and White that comes out, because I think they only do like 5,000 editions in the physical world, maybe a whole lot more now that they've got a lot more fans through VeVe. But yeah, I personally think what you suggest would be very cool. That I can buy the physical statue, and then within that I get a code for the for the NFT version of it, and then I can claim that within VeVe. That has been, I think, in our very, very early pitches to the licensors to have some kind of feature like that. So it would be super cool, but we'll just have to see how it goes on that front.
That's cool. Thanks so much for bringing me up, guys. I really appreciate it.
No problem. Thank you for being here. Lenny Gill, I think you were up here earlier actually, and
Yes,
left the stage.
thank you.
Perfect.
Thank you for having me, and shout out to the VeVe team and the ECOMI team and all the fans here. My question is, are we gonna have any comic books signed by the artists?
Great question, actually. We do have and I think I've touched on this previously, that we will be rolling out like a digital signature feature in the future, which will allow you, for example, if you go to Comic-Con or any of these kind of con events, that you will be able to take your phone up to the artist. Say, for example, let's just say if Jermaine Rogers was there doing signings, you might better take your one of your choices rabbits up, and then he can sign that, and then it will be basically bundled with that NFT. So you would then be able to sell that NFT with an official signature from the artist. And our plans are that, again, all of that information is going to be recorded on chain. And then in addition to that, in the physical world of collecting, if you ever go and get something signed, you always have to have a photo or some kind of proof that it was the artist that actually signed it. And this is something that I learned from the Level 9000 collector, aka David. That you always need to have some kind of proof. So basically, the way that system will work is you'll take your collectible up, you'll hit the signature button, a screen will come up allowing the artist to sign on the screen, and at the same time, it will basically prompt them that we're going to take a photo of them. And then all of that information is recorded. So basically, you're getting the signature, you're getting the authenticity. It's all recorded on chain, and then it's associated with the with the NFT. Now, that one is still fairly in the scoping phase at the moment, but as collectors, we know that is a huge part of the world of collecting. So it is on the roadmap.
That idea sounds great. Thank you.
No problem. Yeah. Thank you for your question.
All right. Have a good one.
Cheers. All right, guys, we might do one more, and then I think we'll wrap it up. Do VeVe Master, if you are up here.
Oh wow, I'm really on. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we've got you, mate.
Cool. Thanks, Reese. First of all, hello from Germany. 12 points from Germany to all of you guys from VeVe ECOMI OMI. You guys are doing an amazing job. I can just only imagine how hard you are working, and we appreciate that a lot, especially for the guys behind the scenes that we are not even aware of, right? So first, I just said that, right? So let's go on with the question, but let me introduce myself just really quickly. I'm with the VeVe fam since end of March, and I was so pissed at myself that I'm once again too late to the party, and now I'm realizing it was not that late, right? So we're good, thanks. And just became recently a YouTuber for just a month, so I'm having like 60 subs. I'm not even sure if that's a lot, but I'm trying my best. So I'm just one.
Fantastic.
I'm just one out of 3 YouTubers that I'm aware of for the German speaking community. And I have to ask the question again. It was mentioned, especially to Dan, about language support, multi-language support. So we can't really wait for this to happen because we are lagging behind, in Germany and most of the other non-English native-speaking countries. So my question is, on the roadmap, I know you guys have a lot of priorities, but maybe, to have this still as one of the priorities. And I know you cannot give an exact date, but maybe, will it be before or after the announcement of Pikachu?
Very, very cleverly asked question, young man. I absolutely appreciate the language stuff. So I'm going to see what we can do to get that bumped up the ever-growing priority list, and see if we can hopefully have that in place by the end of the year, or at least a couple of other key languages
Perfect.
Thank you, guys. Keep up the good work.
No problem. And just on that, we do have a number of language groups in Telegram. So if anybody is looking for those and you want to jump into the main ECOMI Telegram, our mods there will happily give you those links.
And Reese,
it may just help you to connect.
did we end up opening different language channels in Discord as well?
We are working on that. We are working on that. Yes.
Yeah, great.
But that is in the works. So same again. Please keep an eye out for those language groups coming online at some point in the near future, just so that everybody can find their community within our community, basically. So, all right, guys, I think we might wrap it up there. Now, just before we do, Alex, you are joining the Women of VeVe stream this weekend. Do you have the time and date for that?
Yes, I do. I'm very honored to be joining the Women X VeVe stream on YouTube. That will be 9 a.m. Pacific time. On YouTube, on Wendy's YouTube channel, I believe, Wendy Stibales, along with Claire and a couple of other well-known females in the community. So I'm really excited to join that. Again, 9 a.m. this Saturday.
Fantastic.
Yeah, so I'll retweet that from VeVe closer to the time, so you guys can set your reminders. And then Noah and I will be cranking on recapping this AMA on an Epic Twitter thread following this AMA. So if you missed anything or you want to hold us to what we've said here in the AMA, you will have paper trail receipts to do so.
Nice. That's what we're calling it now, is it?
The official records.
Yes, yeah, that's it. And look, just on that, to everybody who has tuned into the Women of VeVe stream, big thank you for showing your support. For anyone else who is going to join that stream or that audience, they do a live chat during the stream, so you can ask Alex some questions too. So, I'm just thanking everybody in advance for tuning into that. That's about it on my list, gents. Dan, Alex, Noah, anyone?
Yeah, just quick, just to tease it a little bit more, Reese, I will have some goodies to share during that stream.
Oh.
So incentive
indeed.
I might have to tune in.
All right. Yeah. It's time we heckled from the crowd.
There you go.
All right, gents. Big thank you for your time, as always. Big thank you to everyone who joined us today, and we'll be back on in 2 weeks' time for another one.
Thanks so much, everyone. Always appreciate
Thank you very much.
Turning up.
#VeVe fan.
That's it. Cheers, guys. I'll talk to you soon.